By May 15th, the angel of revelation will call out one neighbor's true intention, and it will confirm the warning you've been ignoring. Watch this now. There is a moment approaching, not in vague time, not in some distant spiritual fog, but by a fixed and heaven-ordained date. May 15th. Archangel Michael speaks, and what he declares will shift your understanding, clarify your intuition, and expose what has long been simmering beneath the surface. This is not an accidental message. This is not an ordinary alert. This is divine confirmation, spoken aloud through prophetic warning and spiritual urgency, because heaven will not let you walk blindly into the next season. The angel of revelation has already descended into your atmosphere, and by the appointed date, the veil shall be pulled back, and what has been disguised in civility will now be revealed in truth. You felt it. The air around you has changed. You sensed an odd flicker in someone's tone, a subtle glance, a compliment too sweet to be sincere, or a quiet tension lingering just behind what they say. That unease you keep brushing aside is not paranoia, it is prophecy. Heaven has been whispering. Your spirit has been stirring. Your dreams have been warning you, and yet you've questioned yourself. You doubted what you discern. But now, the time for uncertainty ends. By May 15th, the truth will rise through the mouth of the angel assigned to uncover it. It will not arrive in chaos, but in clarity. It will not appear as an attack, but as undeniable insight. And when it comes, it will not only open your eyes, it will confirm every single warning you tried to suppress. This message comes to strip the mask from false peace. One neighbor, someone within your reach, your rhythm, your routine, has been cloaking themselves in friendliness while nurturing an inner resistance toward your calling, your presence, your elevation. They are not your enemy by name, but by posture. They have not come out against you, yet, but they have privately undermined your name in ways you are only beginning to suspect. Their words, their energies, their questions have been formed not out of admiration, but from the ache of envy and the tension of spiritual jealousy. But hear this, heaven is not blind to conversations you've never heard. God sees the subtle schemes crafted in silence, and by May 15th, the angel of revelation will call it out, not to shame you, but to free you. This warning is not here to create paranoia. It is here to restore perception. You have been protected, but heaven will not let you be deceived any longer. This person's intention will soon be exposed, and when it is, you will no longer doubt yourself. You will no longer question what you feel. You will no longer explain away your discernment to protect someone else's comfort. This is the shift. This is the pivot. This is the final spiritual alarm before a mask falls and a truth is declared. You are ready now. And Archangel Michael is making sure you do not miss what heaven has been preparing you for. Type "I am ready for truth" in the comments. Blessing code 1515 is opening your eyes. Archangel Michael says, the time is marked. The wind has already shifted. The silence you've grown used to is now vibrating with divine urgency. You have been chosen to hear what others overlook, to sense what others suppress, and to respond when the heavens speak. This is that moment. Not tomorrow. Not next season. Not after another sign. By May 15th, the angel of revelation, commissioned from the throne itself, will lift the disguise one person near you has been wearing for too long. They've smiled. They've spoken well. They've lingered close. But their soul has not aligned with the favor God placed on your life, and their true posture is about to be revealed. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't a vague impression. This is prophecy finding its hour. Heaven does not warn without reason. and when Michael speaks, realms respond. His voice echoes through atmospheres, and it does not bend to fear, doubt, or delay. When he says something is shifting, you must pay attention. This isn't just your intuition anymore. This is a divine alert. The veil between perception and reality is thinning. You may not see the full picture now, but a piece of it is already forming. Someone in your proximity is carrying motives they refuse to admit, not even to themselves. But the spiritual realm is not fooled by earthly politeness. The light does not flatter. It exposes. Heed this. The angel of revelation is not coming with destruction. He is coming with truth. Truth that cuts cleanly. Truth that can no longer be dismissed. Truth that lands with power and produces confirmation. The delay has ended. The waiting is over. You will not have to wonder anymore. The dream will be clear. The moment will feel electric. The mask will fall with eerie precision. You will know, without question, without hesitation, exactly who was never for you. And you won't need confrontation. You won't need drama. You won't even need words. Because heaven will do the uncovering for you. It is already in motion. Archangel Michael speaks as one appointed for such times. He has drawn his sword, not to strike flesh, but to cut through falsehood. He guards the chosen. He warns the called. He shields the anointed. And you, yes, you, are being guarded right now. You are not walking unaware. You are not unprotected. You are not late to this moment. May 15th was already circled in the courts of heaven, and now it is being announced here in the realm of time. This is not paranoia. This is preparation. You are not being made afraid. You are being made aware. The tension you sensed was not your imagination. The shift you've been feeling in someone's energy was not misplaced. The pause before you answered their last question, the chill that followed their compliment, the way your spirit suddenly felt drained after being near them, all of it was heaven whispering, "Watch." All of it was divine vibration telling you to stay alert. The angel of revelation comes to confirm what your soul already knew. You've been faithful. You've been patient. You've given people the benefit of the doubt. But heaven is no longer allowing misalignment to masquerade as loyalty in your life. The urgency is real. You do not have forever. By May 15th, the truth will arrive. It may come through a slip of the tongue. It may arrive through an unexpected messenger. It may strike through a dream or a spontaneous realization. But it will come. Archangel Michael says, "Be still. Be ready. Be clear." You do not need to retaliate. You do not need to panic. Just position your heart. Just prepare your eyes. Because the revelation is near, and it is not your enemy. It is your liberation. Type "I am protected by truth" in the comments. Blessing code 777 had been activated around your home and your spirit. There is someone near you, close enough to watch, close enough to study, close enough to mask their intentions with rehearsed kindness, and their true posture has begun to unravel. Archangel Michael sees what the eye cannot catch, and the whisper of deception in your atmosphere has now reached heaven's attention. It started small, a glance that lingered too long, a compliment that felt weighted, a moment of silence that told you everything their words did not. These moments were not random. These moments were spiritual cues. And now, the angel of revelation is pulling you deeper into awareness. You must stop pretending not to notice what your spirit has already detected. There is a conversation happening, one you are not part of, but one you are the center of. Someone thought they could mention your name and hide the edge behind it. They thought they could twist your light and disguise it as observation. But heaven is intercepting every word. The divine realm is not silent about the war behind the scenes. Archangel Michael has heard the echo of those quiet talks, and he declares, your silence has been misread. Your grace has been mistaken. Your stillness has made them bold. They believed you would stay soft, that you would stay trusting, that you would stay unaware. But they have forgotten that the spirit within you sees beyond the veil. They have forgotten that the anointed are not easily fooled. Someone thought they knew you. Someone thought they could study your habits, track your movement, mimic your joy, and go unnoticed. But what they didn't account for was timing. They didn't account for the date already written in the Spirit. They didn't account for May 15th, the moment ordained by heaven to uncover what has been suppressed. You are not paranoid. You are prophetic. You are not dramatic. You are discerning. The weight you feel when they speak, the exhaustion that settles after they leave, the questions you carry after every interaction, these are not emotional reactions. These are spiritual downloads. Archangel Michael has drawn near to you for this very reason, because you are not meant to live beneath the cloud of uncertainty. You are not called to question your worth based on someone else's silent rejection. You have been walking in alignment, and that alignment has made someone uncomfortable. You have been walking in favor, and that favor has stirred up what was hidden. The shadows around you are reacting, not because you've done something wrong, but because your light is exposing their intentions without you trying. You have done nothing but rise, and your rise has disrupted their comfort. You've noticed things. You've noticed their questions have become more intrusive. You've noticed how they speak well of others but go silent when it's your name. You've noticed how they watch what you post but rarely support it. You've noticed how your good news is met with a strange quiet. These are the indicators. These are the signals. And though they've been subtle, they are stacking. By May 15th, the weight of these clues will collapse into clarity. You will not need to guess anymore. You will not need to tolerate what heaven is about to dismantle. The angel of revelation will speak, and when he does, the lie will tremble, and the mask will fall. What they thought they could hide is already glowing with divine fire. What they meant to keep in the shadows is now being pulled into the light. You are not the one being exposed. They are. You are not the one being questioned. They are. You are not the one who needs to defend. Heaven will do that for you. This is the season of divine reversal. The ones who whispered will now be the ones watched. The ones who tried to shrink you will now face the truth of your expansion. And the one who played neighbor while nursing rivalry will be shown for what they really are. A mirror for their own bitterness. Type I am divinely aware in the comments. Blessing code 888 is opening your spirit to discernment and truth. This is not just a misunderstanding. This is not simply a personality clash. This is not a case of misread cues or an accidental offense. What is happening around you, and through you, is far deeper than what the surface reveals. What you are feeling in your atmosphere, what you are noticing in the people around you, what you have been sensing in your dreams, your moods, your energy, is not coincidence. It is not emotional confusion. It is spiritual warfare. Archangel Michael makes it clear, this isn't personal, it's spiritual. This isn't about a single person. This is about the purpose they see on your life and the assignment placed over your future. The one who watches you with double eyes, kind and cold, is reacting to something they don't fully understand, your calling. They see your light, even when you try to hide it. They feel your elevation, even when you try to minimize it. They recognize that what is on you didn't come from effort alone. It came from grace. And this is what fattened them. Not because you've done them harm, but because your presence reminds them of everything they've suppressed in themselves. You are a mirror, a reminder, a sound that breaks their silence. And though you've been nothing but gracious, nothing but consistent, nothing but kind, the spiritual tension has been building. That is why their posture toward you has shifted. That is why their smile feels rehearsed. That is why the atmosphere grows heavier when they enter the room. They are no longer seeing you in the natural. They are reacting to your spirit. Archangel Michael says, "Your favor has stirred the shadows." The darkness doesn't rise because you failed. It rises because your light is too pure to go unnoticed. You were not made to blend in. You were not placed in that neighborhood, in that circle, in that job, in that environment to hide. You were placed there to disrupt stagnation. And now, the hidden resistance toward your calling is surfacing in the form of quiet attacks and subtle betrayals. Heaven is not surprised. God is not shaken. And you, though you've been confused, are not alone. The enemy uses people, but the Spirit reveals intentions. And the time for exposure is approaching fast. By May 15th, the angel of revelation will make it plain. This won't be an emotional breakdown. It will be a spiritual breakthrough. You will finally see what has been masked by manners. You will finally hear what hath been buried under small talk. You will finally understand why you've been feeling so much resistance around someone who claims to support you. And when it happens, you must remember, they are not your enemy. The Spirit working through them is. You are not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers that hate clarity, hate progress, and hate anointing. But do not fear. Do not react in bitterness. Do not let your heart turn cold. Because what is happening is not meant to break you. It's meant to reveal you. You are chosen. You are sealed. You are protected by spiritual forces that do not lose. The conflict may look like jealousy. The atmosphere may feel like opposition. But the truth is, this is heaven's spotlight, shining down to distinguish the pure from the fake, the loyal from the lurking, the light from the almost light. This is not for your humiliation. This is for your elevation. What is being revealed is not to scare you. It is to free you. The conflict is a confirmation of your growth. The tension is a sign that your next level is near. The gossip, the strange silence, the withheld support, the fake kindness, all of it is evidence that you are ascending. And Archangel Michael says, let them talk. Let them watch. Let them fall away. You are stepping into a space too sacred to be shared with hidden enemies. Your spirit is too aligned to carry counterfeit connections. And heaven is cleansing your circle not to punish them, but to protect you. Let the exposure come. Let the light do what it was sent to do. By May 15th, this battle will no longer be private. The Spirit will reveal what the soul has suffered silently. Type "I am chosen" and covered in the comments. Blessing code 1616 has been dispatched over your path. Archangel Michael says, the mask is slipping, and the moment is coming faster than they think. What was hidden will not stay hidden. What was whispered in secrecy will echo in daylight. By May 15th, the false peace you've tolerated will shatter, not by your hand, but by divine appointment. There is a move being planned behind your back. There is an intention being stirred in someone's heart, someone you've smiled with, shared space with, possibly trusted with small truths. But the energy around them has shifted. They are preparing something. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, their spirit is aligning with opposition. Their actions, their words, their presence is being drawn into a confrontation. And you, the one anointed and alert, are being warned ahead of time. Do not mistake stillness for safety. Just because it's quiet does not mean it's clean. Heaven has picked up what you've tried to ignore. The angel of revelation is circling your environment because spiritual misalignment is growing louder in the unseen. There will be a moment, sudden, unplanned, almost casual, that exposes their motives. They may message you, comment strangely, ask a question that feels layered, or bring up something you only told them once. Their goal will be to rattle your peace, to interrupt your progress under the guise of curiosity or concern. It would look like an attack. It will be dressed in familiar words, soft tones, polite conversation, but your spirit will not be fooled this time. Heaven is sharpening your discernment to see past presentation into intention. They are not just speaking, they are spreading. Your name has been passed into circles where it does not belong. But instead of clarity, they are passing along confusion. They are twisting what they know into half-truths, painting your decisions as pride, your boundaries as coldness, your favor as manipulation. But Archangel Michael declares, you do not need to defend yourself in rooms you were never called to enter. The divine court is already in session. The case has been brought before heaven, and what they are plotting in whispers will be shattered by what God is about to declare publicly through truth. The next few days are critical. The atmosphere is shifting rapidly, and you must be alert, not paranoid but prepared. This is not the time to seek approval. This is not the time to double-check your worth. This is not the time to explain away your peace. You must be spiritually aligned. The confrontation may be verbal. It may be energetic. It may happen through someone else revealing something they heard. But however it arrives, the timing is not random. The next 72 hours will open the gateway to revelation. What was festering will surface. What was underground will erupt. And when it happens, you must stay rooted in truth. Your power is not in your reaction. It's in your restraint. You do not need to fear the exposure. The one who is being revealed is not you. It's them. And the reason heaven is showing you ahead of time is not to stir you into anxiety, but to position you in authority. You are above the chaos. You are above the drama. You are above the petty strategies of those who cannot match your grace. Archangel Michael is standing watch. His sword is drawn. His wings are covering your steps. The trap they prepared will fail. The plan they whispered will boomerang. And you, God's chosen vessel, will walk through this with evidence of favor, not fingerprints of failure. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way and is deeply appreciated. To watch, observe, take note. By May 15th, what they tried to keep buried will resurrect, not to harm you, but to honor you. The truth will rise in a way no one can deny. What was said behind your back will become the reason heaven lifts you in public. The angel of revelation is preparing the moment of clarity, and your posture of peace will be the loudest victory. Type "I am guarded by heaven" in the comments. Blessing code 999 is sealing you with divine protection and wisdom. Archangel Michael says, stand still, beloved. Let heaven handle what human hands were never meant to fix. You are not required to fight what God has already judged. You are not called to chase after clarity when divine revelation is already on its way. You felt the storm build, in glances, in tones, in shifts of energy around you. But this is not your cue to react. This is your command to remain. Remain grounded. Remain silent. Remain aligned with your divine posture. Because when heaven decides to expose, no force in hell can stop the truth from rising. And the angel of revelation is moving swiftly now. Your silence in this hour is not weakness. It is spiritual strength in disguise. You've done your part. You've been gracious where others have been envious. You've remained calm while others sowed confusion. You've prayed for people who secretly plotted against your peace. And heaven has recorded it all. Not a single tear, not a single sigh, not a single moment of restraint have been overlooked. But now, the instruction is clear. Do not engage. Do not explain. Do not descend. When their message comes, ignore it. When their question arrives, answer only in truth, not in defense. When their energy turns sharp, soften your spirit, not your boundaries. You are being called to walk like royalty through the battlefield, not to swing swords with those beneath your assignment. Let your silence be your strength. Let your stillness carry weight. Let the Spirit of God be your vindicator. Archangel Michael surrounds you now with warring angels, not so you can retaliate, but so you can rest. You are not outnumbered. You are not out of time. You are not exposed. They are. But you must obey this rhythm. Do not react. Let heaven speak for you. Let the evidence build. Let the truth speak through divine timing. The moment you engage in what heaven is dismantling, you delay your own breakthrough. This battle is sacred, and sacred things must be handled with reverence, not with rage. This person, the neighbor, the associate, the one who has worn the disguise of kindness, is not your assignment to confront. They are God's assignment to expose. And that is exactly what is happening. On May 15th, something will shift. A veil will lift. A conversation will surface. A strange confirmation will arrive. And when it does, your only responsibility is to stay still long enough for it to complete itself. Do not try to speed up what the Spirit is unfolding in divine order. You may be tempted to speak. You may feel drawn to defend your heart. But let this be your instruction. Heaven defends what it ordains. Protect your peace in this hour. Guard your energy like treasure. Do not vent to those who feed off your emotion. Do not plead for understanding from those who are invested in misunderstanding you. Let this be your sacred shield. Prayer posture peace. Go inward. Go higher. Step away from the need to be seen, heard, or validated by those who never carried the capacity to value your worth. The angel of revelation is already speaking. And the moment you stop explaining yourself is the moment you begin aligning with divine justice. This exposure is not for their ruin. It is for your release. And what heaven exposes, heaven heals. This isn't about punishment. It's about purification. What you thought you needed to carry, God is now removing. The false alliance, the hidden rivalry, the double-voiced neighbor, the kind conversation laced with quiet contempt. All of it is being removed, not in chaos, but in clarity. And when it falls apart, you won't have to say a word. The truth will speak so loudly, even your silence will feel like thunder. I am silent but strong in the comments. Blessing code 1212 is surrounding your soul with divine stillness and protective grace. Archangel Michael declares, this exposure is not your end, it is your entrance. You are stepping into the aftermath of revelation, not as the wounded, not as the betrayed, not as the broken, but as the risen. You are not the one being disempowered in this storm. No, you are the one being repositioned. Heaven hath been silent not because you were forgotten, but because the elevation required quiet precision. Now the mask is falling. Now the hidden energy is being revealed. And now you are seeing exactly what you needed to let go in order to step into your next dimension. What you once mistook as support is now being revealed as surveillance. And that revelation, though painful, is your permission slip to rise. You are no longer who they thought you were. They measured you based on your last season. They remembered the version of you that needed validation, that avoided confrontation, that dulled your light to make others feel comfortable. But that version of you has expired. The moment you began healing, praying, fasting, forgiving, rowing, that version died. And what heaven is allowing now is a spiritual confrontation between who they expect you to be and who God has actually made you to become. And the difference is undeniable. The old you would have chased their approval. The new you is walking in divine acceptance. The old you would have shrunk to fit the room. The new you carries the room. By May 15th, there will be a shift so sharp it cuts through all confusion. This isn't about vengeance. This is about visibility. The true you, the radiant, bold, purpose-anchored you, is about to be seen with clarity and distinction. And no weapon formed in silence will prosper in the light. Heaven is lifting the lid off of what's been quietly suffocating your momentum. The angel of revelation comes not just to warn, but to witness. Witness your rising. Witness your transformation. Witness your transition into a version of yourself you once only dreamed of being. You're not just being protected. You're being positioned. Let go of needing them to understand. They won't. Let go of needing them to admit what they did. They won't. Let go of needing closure from a chapter God has already ended. You are being called into a room they can't follow you into, and they weren't designed to. Some people were meant to be lessons, not lifelong partners in purpose. Some energies were meant to sharpen you through resistance, not uplift you in alignment. And now you know. Now you see. Now you feel the permission to walk away without guilt, without rage, without apology. Heaven is giving you the power to rise without revenge. Archangel Michael says, you are now becoming what they tried to contain. You are now embodying the version of yourself that triggers both light and jealousy in others. This is not your problem. This is your evidence. Evidence that favor is falling again. Evidence that you survived the sabotage. Evidence that divine protection was always wrapped around you. Let them talk. Let them watch. Let them misinterpret. It will not stop your next. What they tried to mislabel, God is now elevating. What they tried to block, heaven is now accelerating. What they tried to twist, the Spirit is now clarifying. With fire, with force, with finality. And hear this now. You do not need to do anything extra to step into this moment. It's already yours. Your name is already in the room. Your breakthrough is already in motion. The door is already swinging open. All you must do is walk in the authority of your anointing. Let your posture speak. Let your growth speak. Let your silence testify. You are not falling. You are not fading. You are not forfeiting. You are becoming. And nothing, no neighbor, no gossip, no plot, no slander, can touch what God has already sealed. If this message is confirming your moment and helping you move with clarity, you can support our mission by giving a super thanks. Even a small gift of $10 helps us continue producing prophetic content that empowers and equips souls like yours. We thank you deeply. Type I rise untouched in the comments. Blessing code 2020 has wrapped around your spirit for elevation and distinction. Archangel Michael now declares with finality, the unveiling has begun. The shift is complete. The voice of the angel of revelation is echoing across your timeline, and it carries the signature of God's justice. No more delay. No more guessing. No more shrinking under the weight of false friendships or misaligned connections. By May 15th, the full picture will be presented. The warning you tried to bury will come alive. The person you overlooked will be revealed. And the tension you've been suppressing will suddenly make sense, not just emotionally, but prophetically. The revelation won't be chaos. It will be clarity. It will erupt in drama. It will unfold with divine order. The angel of revelation does not scream. He confirms. He does not accuse, he exposes. His message will come wrapped in subtle power, through a conversation overheard, a shift in behavior, a slip of the tongue, or a stranger's unknowing confirmation. When it comes, it will pierce you with knowing, not to break your heart, but to free your discernment. And once it comes, your soul will no longer ache with uncertainty. You will no longer pray to see what heaven has already shown you. This is the moment when the fog lifts and the puzzle pieces fall perfectly into place. The truth will be undeniable. That one neighbor, the one you extended kindness to, the one who seemed close but carried quiet envy, will no longer be able to hide. Their posture will betray them. Their words will shift. Their energy will turn, and it will confirm everything you once dismissed. But do not confront them. Do not seek vengeance. Heaven's handling is always higher than a human reaction. This isn't about bringing someone down. It's about lifting you up. This isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving your soul right. The divine court is ruling in your favor. And with this revelation comes a reward you didn't expect. You will feel the release. As the exposure happens, your chest will feel lighter, your thoughts clearer, your decisions easier. The hidden weight that's been dragging your joy, dimming your shine, stalling your plans, it will vanish. God is not only revealing the truth, He is breaking the chain that was connected to it. And when the light comes, it won't just expose, it will elevate. A door will open. A relationship will improve. A delayed opportunity will suddenly return. A breakthrough you didn't even pray for will find you, because clarity clears the path for miracles. This is not just about truth. This is about transformation. Archangel Michael has been walking beside you this entire time. Through the confusion, through the subtle betrayals, through the silent nights when you questioned yourself. But this was never about punishment. It was about positioning. Every step was calculated. Every silence was strategic. Every delay was divine. And now, the revelation is activating your rise. Your environment will feel different. Your energy will spike. Your confidence will return. You will speak with fire again. You will walk with purpose again. You will no longer second-guess what God already whispered into your spirit. Because the confirmation you asked for, it is coming, and it cannot be denied. So prepare, not with anxiety, not with fear. Prepare with expectation. Prepare with gratitude. Prepare with boldness. Because the enemy that operated in your blind spot will no longer have access to your light. You are stepping into a season of discernment that protects your peace, filters your relationships, and honors your soul. And the angel of revelation, the one sent on your behalf, is guiding you into the afterglow of truth. The pain may sting for a moment, but the clarity will carry you forward. You are not leaving this season broken. You are leaving it reborn. Type "I am walking into clarity" in the comments. Blessing code 3030 has sealed your path with divine truth and supernatural reward. This is your moment, not just to witness the shift, but to activate it. Archangel Michael speaks now not only as a guardian, but as a divine commander, calling you into agreement with heaven's movement. What is unfolding is not accidental. It is intentional. It is sacred. And it requires your participation, your response, your alignment. The angel of revelation has been dispatched, not just to deliver a message, but to co-labor with your spirit as it rises out of confusion and into clarity. But in order for the veil to lift fully, you must do more than watch. You must agree. You must declare it. You must affirm it. You must speak it into your atmosphere. Heaven responds to boldness. The spiritual realm is stirred by declaration. And what you say in this moment becomes the echo that angels carry into motion. So now, declare what your soul already knows. Declare that you receive this message. Declare that you are ready to see. Declare that you are ready to part ways with false peace, with hidden sabotage, with friendly deception. Declare that you will no longer walk with eyes half closed, no longer silence your discernment to avoid discomfort, no longer carry burdens disguised as friendships. Let your mouth release what your heart has carried silently. This is spiritual war, and your voice is your weapon. Type it. Speak it. Write it down. I receive this clarity. I agree with heaven's revelation. I am ready to see. These are not just words. They are activation keys. They are the permission slips your angels have been waiting on. They are the contract of alignment that brings you into synchronization with divine timing. The revelation won't stop because you delay, but your readiness will determine whether you embrace it or resist it. And Archangel Michael warns, you cannot enter a season of exposure with the mindset of denial. You must want truth more than comfort. You must want peace more than performance. You must want spiritual purity more than emotional stability. This is your chance to break generational patterns, to stop the cycle of pretending, appeasing, and enduring energy that God never told you to entertain. What rises on May 15th is not just about them. It is about the version of you that is finally ready to take the throne of your own discernment. It is about the healed version of you that no longer needs to explain or excuse yourself to stay connected to something God already disconnected in spirit. Your future is watching how you handle this moment. Will you resist the truth to preserve false comfort? Or will you rise into the clarity that births supernatural movement? You are not being asked to fight. You are being asked to agree. You are not being asked to explain. You are being asked to declare. This is not a war that you win with arguments. This is a breakthrough you receive through alignment. The angel of revelation is here, but heaven is watching for your consent. What will you say? What will you type? What will you claim as truth? The enemy would love for you to ignore this moment. He would love for you to scroll past, doubt the message, retreat into fear. But Archangel Michael says, what you affirm, you activate. What you speak, you summon. What you agree with, you align with. And when you type, when you comment, when you affirm, something happens in the spirit realm. A covering is strengthened. A veil is lifted. A door begins to move. Because your faith, your agreement, your bold declaration becomes the evidence that heaven uses to shake the ground under false friendships and broken loyalties. You are no longer walking unaware. You are stepping into clarity that unlocks blessings delayed by your hesitation. Type I agree with heaven's revelation in the comments. Blessing code 4444 is activated upon your spiritual alignment. A new covering surrounds you now. Archangel Michael now offers a final word, not of fear, but of finality. The warning has been given. The veil has thinned. The message has been delivered. And now, all that remains is your embrace of what heaven is doing through you, for you, and around you. You are no longer in the dark. You are no longer uncertain. You are no longer clinging to fragments of truth. The light has come, and with it comes the assurance that you were never crazy, never weak, never imagining things. You were sensitive to the Spirit, and now your sensitivity is your superpower. By May 15th, the angel of revelation will do what no conversation could. What no confrontation could resolve will be dismantled by truth. And when it happens, you will not break, you will rise. They tried to break you, but only revealed your power. They whispered behind you, but only helped heaven lift you. They operated in shadows, but only made your light more obvious. The one who seemed close but carried quiet opposition has now come under divine scrutiny. This isn't revenge. This is resolution. This isn't payback. This is purpose catching up to manipulation. You were never at their mercy. You were always under divine protection. You were never trying to prove your value. You were always moving in your assignment. And now, the revelation is simply removing what your calling can no longer accommodate. You are not walking away from relationships. You are walking away from misalignment. You are not losing people. You are losing layers of distraction. This is the great refinement, and it hurts only because you cared. But that pain is proof that you operated in love, and that love is now being redirected toward yourself. Archangel Michael affirms this. You are not being punished. You are being purified. You are not being isolated. You are being insulated. The friendships that faded were never foundations. They were functions. Temporary scaffolding for a season that has now ended. And when you release what no longer serves your soul, you make room for what heals it. So breathe. Center yourself. Look at your reflection and say it aloud. I am not broken. I am not abandoned. I am not mistaken. I am evolving. Say it again. Let it echo. Let it imprint on your spirit. Because what is coming next is too sacred to be greeted with fear. The blessing attached to this revelation is peace without guilt, distance without drama, growth without apology. You do not need their permission to protect your peace. You do not need their cooperation to receive your clarity. You do not need their understanding to obey what heaven has revealed. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Let them wrestle with the version of you they never saw coming. Because you are no longer the one hoping for peace. You are the one walking in it. The angel of revelation has done what needed to be done. The curtain has fallen. The truth has landed. And now, you are free. Free to be bold. Free to be clear. Free to say no without guilt. Free to love with standards. Free to move forward without glancing back to see if they are following. This is not the end of your story. This is the unveiling of your true identity. You are not a victim. You are the revelation. You are not the problem. You are the prophecy fulfilled. What they misunderstood, heaven magnified. What they underestimated, heaven increased. What they labeled too much, God called just enough. And now, the covering over you is greater than before. A new protection surrounds your name. A new grace surrounds your feet. A new atmosphere surrounds your decisions. You do not have to explain. You do not have to justify. You do not have to linger where loyalty was never real. Type I am the revelation in the comments. Blessing code 5555 is sealing your breakthrough. and confirming your forward movement. If this entire message series has confirmed something deep in your spirit, you can support our spiritual content mission through a super thanks, super chat, or memberships. Even a contribution of $5 goes a long way in helping us deliver more divine insight like this to hearts in need. Your generosity is deeply honored. Let them whisper. You rise. Let them watch. You love. Let them plot. You send. Because the one who walks with heaven always wins.